Here's an example of how to make a histogram on your calculator. The data set here is from our eText, page 41, example 1. We would need to start by entering the data into the calculator. To enter the data, we'll press the Stat button and select Edit. If you have some numbers already in the calculator, you can clear them out by arrowing up, pressing Clear, and then Enter. We'll then type in the new data set by pressing each number and then hitting Enter in between. Once all the data has been entered, we'll want to set up the graph. We're going to press the second button and then the Y equals button to do that. I'm going to enter to select plot 1. I need to enter again to turn on plot 1. And then I need to arrow down and over 2 times to select the histogram. At this point, make sure that where it says X list, the correct list is entered. I put my data into list 1, so I do want it to say L1. If you needed to change that, you could press the second button and then the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6 key, just depending on which list you wanted to use. Then we'll press the window button. The X values have to do with our classes. We want the X minimum to be the lower boundary of the first class. For this problem, that would be 64.5. For X maximum, we want the upper boundary of the last class. For this problem, that would be 344.5. For X scale, we want the class width. For this problem, that was 40. The next 3 Y values have to do with frequency. Let's always put 0 for our Y min. And then based on the highest frequency, you'll decide on your Y max. The highest frequency here is 9, so I'm going to have my graph go up to 10 to make sure I can see everything from 0 to 9. And then the Y scale has to do with how high that frequency is. If you were drawing a graph from 0 to 10, how would you count it off? I would probably count it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, just counting by 1, so I'm going to use a Y scale of 1. If you thought you would count it off 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 instead, you could use a Y scale of 2. Everything is ready now. Let's press graph and see our histogram. If you want to double check that the bars are the right height, you can press the trace button. The flashing cursor will appear at the top of the first bar and show that N, or the frequency for that class, is 6. I can arrow over to the next bar. See, it has 9. 6 values in the third class. 4, 2, 1, 2. Looks like we're good to go.